Hi everybody. Welcome back to LA. In this lesson, we're going to look at another 10 common mistakes, and how to correct them. Lesson 4. Don't say, that is a good news. Say, that is good news. Don't say I was surprised by these news. Say I was surprised by this news. Don't say, I have many homework to do. Say I have a lot of homework to do. Don't say, for further informations, call the number below. Say, for further information, call the number below. Don't say he gave us a very important information. Say he gave us a very important piece of information. Don't say my grandparents have a lot of antique furnitures. Say my grandparents have a lot of antique furniture. Don't say, have all the medical equipments been sterilized yet? Say has all the medical equipment been sterilized yet? Don't say, her grandmother wears a lot of gold jewelries. Say her grandmother wears a lot of gold jewelry. Don't say, a new machinery has just arrived today. Say, a new piece of machinery has just arrived today. News, homework, information, furniture, equipment, jewelry, and machinery, are uncountable nouns. They do not have a plural form, and cannot be used with a or an. To talk about them in the singular or plural, say, a piece of, or, pieces of. For example, don't say, I've got a good news for you. Say, I've got some good news for you. Don't say, oh, I've got so many homeworks to do. Say, oh, I've got so much homework to do. Don't say we bought 2 new furnitures yesterday. Say we bought 2 new pieces of furniture yesterday. Note that jewel and machine are countable nouns. For example, eggs are sorted into different sizes by a machine. He said the jewels were worthless fakes. Don't say, do you believe to God? Say, do you believe in God? Don't say I don't believe to ghosts. Say I don't believe in ghosts. Don't say I don't believe to these diets. Say I don't believe in these diets. Don't say, believe to yourself, or you'll never succeed. Say, believe in yourself, or you'll never succeed. Believe in means 1. To think that someone or something exists. I believe in God. She doesn't believe in miracles. 2. To think that something is effective, good or right. He doesn't believe in private education. He used to say he didn't believe in marriage. Do you believe in living together before marriage? 3. To trust someone, and think that he or she is good or reliable and will achieve good things, or be successful. My father always believed in me. Don't say, she prefers her imaginary world than reality. Say, she prefers her imaginary world to reality. Don't say I prefer this dress from that one. Say I prefer this dress to that one. Don't say, I prefer red wine than white. Say, I prefer red wine to white. Don't say, she prefers watching TV from talking to me. Say, she prefers watching TV to talking to me. Don't say, anything would be preferable than war. Say, anything would be preferable to war. Don't say this option is preferable than any other. Say this option is preferable to any other. Prefer. 2. Means, to like, or want someone or something more than someone or something else. I certainly prefer rice to potatoes. Most Americans prefer coffee to tea. He prefers watching tennis to playing it. Preferable to means, better or more suitable than. Being taught in a small group is far preferable to being in a large noisy classroom. Staying at home is certainly preferable to going out with someone like her. Don't say, he doesn't have the ability of saying no. Say, he doesn't have the ability to say no. Don't say, no one doubts his ability of getting work done quickly. Say, no one doubts his ability to get work done quickly. Don't say, tiredness can seriously impair one's ability of driving. Say, tiredness can seriously impair one's ability to drive. Don't say man's ability of talking makes him unlike any other animal. Say man's ability to talking makes him unlike any other animal. Don't say, she had the ability of explaining things clearly and concisely. Say she had the ability to explain things clearly and concisely. Do not use the structure, ability, plus, of, plus gerund. Use the structure, ability, plus to infinitive. Some more examples. Computer literacy is now as essential as the ability to drive a car. I admire people who have the ability to be positive. He had no doubts about his team's ability to reach the World Cup finals. You can also say, reading, writing, teaching, or acting ability, for example. Her acting ability was recognized at a very early age. The children are divided into groups according to their reading ability. To the best of one's ability, means as well as one can. For example, he completed the job to the best of his ability. Just try to do the job to the best of your ability. Don't say, this one is enough big. Say this one is big enough. Don't say, are there enough plate? Say, are there enough plates? Don't say he doesn't have money enough. Say he doesn't have enough money. Don't say she didn't move enough quickly. Say she didn't move quickly enough. Don't say you haven't enough practiced. Say you haven't practiced enough. As an adverb. Adjective. Adverb, or verb, plus enough. You won't be warm enough in that flimsy dress. You didn't wash them carefully enough. You don't chew your food enough, that's why you get indigestion. As a determiner. Enough, plus plural noun, or uncountable noun. Have I made enough sandwiches? There isn't enough time. Enough, is sometimes used after particular nouns, but this is not common. There will be time enough for that later. This is not very usual. Strangely, oddly, curiously, etc. Enough. Strangely enough, when it came to the exam, I actually felt quite relaxed. Strangely enough, I didn't feel at all nervous when I faced the audience. Don't say I congratulate you for your recent promotion. Say I congratulate you on your recent promotion. Don't say I congratulated him for his success. Say I congratulated him on his success. Don't say congratulations for your engagement. Say congratulations on your engagement. Verb. Congratulate someone on something. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you both on your wedding. She congratulated me warmly on my exam results. Noun. Congratulations on something. Congratulations on your 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations on a superb performance. Congratulate yourself on something. Means to feel pleased and proud of yourself because you have achieved something or something good has happened to you. I congratulated myself on my good fortune. I was congratulating myself on my lucky escape when disaster struck. Someone is to be congratulated for something, or for doing something, is a formal way of saying that someone has done well. For example, your secretary is to be congratulated for his prompt actions. All three are to be congratulated for doing so well. The committee is to be congratulated for presenting its findings in such an informative manner. Don't say, "Can you live from only that much money?" Say, "Can you live on only that much money?" Don't say, "He lives from his brother's money." Say, "He lives on his brother's money." Don't say, "I can't live from bread and water." Say, "I can't live on bread and water." Don't say, "Our cats live at chicken and milk." Say, "Our cats live on chicken and milk." Live on an amount of money means to use the amount of money to buy the things that you need. I can live on a very small amount of money. We can hardly live on $500 a week. We lived on very little when we first got married. They have to live on a pension of £250 a month. It's hard to imagine what these people live on. I don't know how they manage to live on £55 a week. They live on the money they earn from growing tobacco. Live on something means to only eat a particular type of food. They have to live on what they can grow themselves. They live on bread and potatoes. These fish live on small sea creatures such as shrimp. They live on fast food. Live on means to continue to be alive or exist. She lived on until 1990, when she died aged 85. Don't say, "The same problem keeps coming up day by day." Say, "The same problem keeps coming up day after day." Don't say, "He wears the same clothes day by day." Say, "He wears the same clothes day after day." Don't say, "Day after day the weather is getting colder." Say, "Day by day the weather is getting colder." Don't say, "Their love grew day after day." Say, "Their love grew day by day." Day after day means repeatedly, every day. Men and women have to work in overcrowded offices day after day. I get fed up with listening to their complaints day after day. Day after day it rained. I'm not prepared to sit here day after day doing nothing. Day by day means gradually. Day by day the weather is getting warmer. Day by day the world is becoming a better place. His health was improving day by day. Day by day he became stronger. She's much better now and getting stronger day by day. Don't say, "Most women stay at home in those days." Say, "Most women stayed at home in those days." Don't say, "Most people married young in these days." Say, "Most people married young in those days." Don't say, "Children grew up much more quickly these days." Say, "Children grow up much more quickly these days." Don't say, "I've been forgetful in these days." Say, "I've been forgetful these days." In those days means in the past. Not much was known about the dangers of smoking in those days. In those days people used to write a lot more letters. In those days women were expected to be quiet and submissive. That type of sandstone was very commonly used in those days. In those days recording sound was not technically possible. These days means at the present time. I don't do much exercise these days. Vegetarianism is very popular these days. These days many children have their own computer. Doctors these days tend to be more open-minded about alternative medicine. These days we rely heavily on computers to organize our work. Don't say, "A friend of him bought his car." Say, "A friend of his bought his car." Don't say, "A friend of Tom is coming to dinner." Say, "A friend of Tom's is coming to dinner." Don't say, "I saw a friend of yours this morning." Say, "I saw a friend of yours this morning." Don't say he is a very good friend of me. Say he is a very good friend of mine. Don't say a good friend of mine was also wounded. Say a good friend of mine was also wounded. A friend of, plus possessive pronoun, or name plus apostrophe and s. For example, a friend of his is here. A friend of Jim's is here. A friend of his is simply another way of saying one of his friends. When introducing someone, you can say either, my friend, or, a friend of mine. My friend comes before the name, and a friend of mine comes after the name, as a description giving more information. For example, this is my friend Helen. This is Helen, a friend of mine from New York. A picture of his means a picture he owns, or one of his pictures. A picture of him means a picture which he is in. Now, do this exercise. Directions: for each question, there are 4 choices, and only one of them is correct. Write down the correct answers on a piece of paper. You have 2 minutes to complete this exercise. Check your answers. Question 1. B. Is great news. That is great news. Question 2. A. Bad enough. He's bad enough, but his brother is far worse. Question 3. D. Pieces of furniture. We bought 2 new pieces of furniture yesterday. Question 4. C. To playing it. He prefers watching tennis to playing it. Question 5. B. To drive. Tiredness can seriously impair one's ability to drive. Question 6. A. Enough plates. Are there enough plates? Question 7. C. On his success. I congratulated him on his success. Question 8. D. On. Can you live on only that much money? Question 9. C. These days. Children grow up much more quickly these days. Question 10. C. Of Jim's. A friend of Jim's is coming to dinner. Well, that's the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching. If you like this video lesson, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to our channel.